Guys, let's just get started in a comfortable seat. So, whatever that looks like for you, go ahead and take it. Flesh out from underneath the bum. Hi, Suzanne. Um, so I think we're dealing a lot with like having to be patient right now, and it feels like I was just looking at the calendar and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for it to be April. March was such a long month. And then I realized that this whole thing started like kind of 2 weeks ago, and it's only been a half of a month. And we have at least another month to go. Yeah, sorry to be such a downer, but I mean, that's it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that right now. And I guess I was just thinking about how the earth breathes through the seasons, right? So if you've taken my class before, a lot of times we've talked about how at the end of an exhale is like the winter solstice. Everything is contracted and turning inwards, and it's like a little death, which is what Patabi Joyce used to call the exhale. And then as soon as the light starts to come back, we start to breathe prana back into our body, and you can see like a time lapse, right, of like a tree like starting to expand and contract. So basically it kind of takes a year for the earth to take a breath. And so one breath of ours just takes a few seconds, and one breath of hers takes a whole year. So I don't know. Earth time is different from human time, and we're just asked to be really patient right now in a world where we have these, like scrolling tendencies to just refresh every like 0.5 seconds, like show me something new, show me something entertaining. And now we just have to sit and be with ourselves. It's a luxury and it's uncomfortable. Hi, Jamie. Hi. Okay, let's start breathing. With the exhale breath, settle your seat heavy into the ground. With the in-breath, lengthen the bones of the spine towards the sky. Like the crown of your head is reaching for light. Each exhale, it's as though your sits bones grow roots into the earth. And each in-breath, it's like the spine is like a stem that grows taller and taller through the top of your head. The crown chakra being a 1,000-petaled lotus said to bloom towards the divine. Can you feel both rooted to the earth, to what's happening in the here and now? And at the same time connected to something bigger, something timeless. For just 3 more. Taking your right palm over the center of your heart when you're ready, and your left palm over the right one. Let the in-breath lift your heart into your hands. And your exhale to bow the head, honoring the space of the heart. And inhaling, head back to center. We're going to do some hip work today. So we'll start out with our windshield wiper legs. You can just take your heels as wide as your sticky mat. Lean back onto bent elbows and puff your heart towards the sky. Lift and spread your toes. Inhaling, heart lifting again. And exhaling, dropping your knees over to the right. Inhaling, back to center. And exhaling over to the left. So we'll just move slowly with our own breath. See how slowly you can move like this. And a lot of you guys have been asking about my skincare routine. Oh wait, actually nobody, literally no one asked about my skincare routine. But some of you guys have been asking if you can donate. And so I just wanted to address that. A lot of us have been affected by this virus and not able to work. And it's enough for me to just feel like dropping the knees over to the right. We're going to pause there. Lifting the heart and twisting your rib cage over to the left, and you can gaze over the left shoulder. Flare wide through the toes as you do this. It's enough for me to feel that I am able to help in some small way. If you've been affected by the virus and the thought of spending money on anything makes you suck air in through your teeth, just like, I don't want that. You know, your support and your gratitude and maybe spreading word about my classes or workshops would be awesome. Take another breath here, twisting from your guts over to your left. And inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, dropping the knees over to the left. Lift the heart and twist over to the right. If you have a deep desire to donate, I would accept that graciously. And my Venmo is Recovering Gypsy, but please don't feel obligated. These classes are frankly like keeping me going, so just keep coming to class. Breathing here for 2. Spread wide through the toes and twist your guts over towards the right. And come on back to center. Inhaling. Let's take the soles of the feet together and the knees apart, diamond shaping the legs. Lift up nice and tall through the top of the head, inhaling. And as you exhale, you're going to kind of like dive like a turtle. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift the head and the heart. So exhale, tuck the chin and dive. And inhale, lifting up. Again, tuck and dive. Inhale. This time you're going to lift up. So you're hinging forward a little bit. Draw the shoulders back and bow over the legs, taking maybe taking the upper arm bones just in front of the shins there. Tops of the shoulders away from the ears, and the heart shines forward. Can you feel the expansion and contraction of your breath as proof that everything changes and nothing is permanent? Please take one more breath. Good. And inhale as you rise up. Go ahead and swing the legs back behind you, coming into your all fours position. Let's take the big toes together and the knees open wide. So we'll prepare for our pulse towards child's pose. Inhale, open the heart, lift the tail, look up. And as you exhale, you're going to round the spine, tapping your butt back to your heels. Inhale, rising up, open your heart. And exhale, tap your butt back towards your heels. And one more time, inhaling, open it up. And exhale as you round. Rising up, inhaling, taking the knees now only as wide as the hips, tucking the toes and lifting the hips into your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can take a moment to bend one knee at a time and let the hips kind of swivel from side to side and let that feel good. Good. And then let's bend both knees. Fan wide through your 10 fingertips. Press your ribcage back towards your thighs and feel the tops of your thighs widening towards the sky. One more breath, heart open, tiny bend in the knees. And let's inhale and lift our left heel up and back behind us. And as we exhale, place it about 3/4 of the way to the top of the mat, spinning your back heel down to the ground. Cartwheel it up, long edge of your sticky mat. Back toes turn in slightly, front toes point out 90. Tall, tall through the top of the head. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward in space, dropping the left fingertips down lightly on the shin bone and the top arm up towards the sky. Let's inhale to bend the top elbow, kind of like a cactus shape. And as you exhale, lengthen the fingertips, upper arm alongside the ear. Inhaling, open the heart, bend the elbow, tiny gaze to the sky. And then exhale, long from your right pinky toe out through the right fingertips. And one more time like that, inhaling. And exhaling. Pausing either here or fingertips to the sky for 2. And 1. And inhale as you rise up and exhale. Lengthen up your stance a couple of inches and sink into your left knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Let's flip the left palm towards the sky and inhale, reverse warrior. So the right hand can either rest really lightly on the back leg or it can find a home at the lower back. Sink deep, deep into that front knee and then grow the side body long out through the fingertips. We're here for 2. And 1. Good. Inhale to straighten through the front leg and exhale to cartwheel the hands down onto either side of the front foot. Let's drop the back knee down to the ground and widen up your left foot off to the left side of your sticky mat, pointing the toes out 45 degrees. Take your right fingertips off to the right side, and this is important. Lift and spread the toes on your front foot. Left hand, left knee. Exhale, hug the belly in and up so you're firm in your core. And then begin to twist your heart towards your left kneecap. Begin to scoop the base of the heart forward towards the front of your mat, unshrugging the shoulders. And you can stay here, sink your pelvis down towards the ground, get it nice and low. Even if you need to draw the back knee back a little bit. If you want to take a different variation of this pose, maybe top arm towards the sky or hand behind your head, go ahead and do so, but just be and breathe patiently for 2. Good, and then from here, go ahead and release that. Heel toeing the foot back in line with the hip. Curl the back toes under and lift the back knee. And stay nice and low as we come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide-legged forward fold. You'll go ahead and bow towards the ground. Shake the head yes. And just make sure that you're not holding anything there in your noggin that doesn't need to be there. Shake the head no. So you could spill thoughts out towards the ground. We're here for 2 more breaths. Okay, patiently place the palms and rise up just halfway. And then let's do the opposite side, but in reverse order. So you're gonna swivel over to the other side, the back of your mat. So now you're framing the right foot with your hands, and we're gonna drop the back knee down to the ground. You're gonna widen your right foot off to the right side of your mat. And again, you wanna see that your hips are not like way up here, but you wanna lengthen the back knee back until the pelvis can come pretty close to the ground for this one, okay? So the right foot is pretty wide, wider than the hip. Toes point out 45. Lift and spread the toes. Lift and spread them. And then we'll take the left fingertips off to the left side, right hand onto the right knee. So the tendency here is to just let the belly spill forward in space, but don't do that. Hug the belly in and up so that we have something firm to grow from, and then begin to twist your heart towards the right knee, scooping the base of the heart forward towards the front of your mat and gliding the sides of your throat back towards the space behind you. Consciously soften the angle of your jaw. And let the breath swirl around in there and take up lots and lots of space in your belly and your hips. One more breath. Okay, go ahead and release the hand down onto the ground. Heel toe that foot back towards the not the middle, but like heel in line with your hip, curling the back toes under, spinning the back heel down to the ground. And at this point you want heel to arch. So not each leg has its own lane, but you could like bisect the back heel or the back arch with the front heel. Anyway, enough of geometry. Rise up and take your Virabhadrasana 2, bending into your right knee. You just want to feel now really subtly that your guts are twisting towards your left side body. Okay. Flip your right palm towards the sky and reverse it, either very light on the back fingertips or forearm to the small of the back. Use an exhale to sink into that right thigh bone, and then from that rootedness, grow the right side body all the way up and out through the fingertips for one more breath. Good. Inhale as you rise up, lengthen through the front leg, and heel toe the back foot in. So now for Trikonasana, it's still front heel bisects back arch, but technically it's one leg's distance between the legs, not the longest stance ever. Okay. Inhale, grow nice and long, even through the top of the head. And exhale, hinge out beyond the right toes, taking right fingertips down and your left arm up to the sky. So bend the top elbow. Take it just a tiny bit behind you so that the left heart begins to open. And it's like you're drawing back a bow. And as you exhale next, lengthen through the fingertips, upper arm alongside the ear. Inhale, draw your bow. Exhale, strong back leg as you reach out through those fingertips. One more time. And here you'll stay either with the upper arm alongside the ear or fingertips towards the sky. Turning the navel subtly towards the left waistline for one more breath. Good, looking down towards the ground. Take the hands onto either side of your right foot. Squiggle your back foot to the back of the mat and drop the back knee down onto the ground. Pigeon pose. Heel toe your front foot over to the left side of your mat until your outer shin comes down onto the ground. And let's just see if we can stay upright for a moment, coming onto the fingertips, curling the tailbone forward and drawing the upper arm bones back in space. Puff your heart like a pigeon. Good. And then when you're ready, maybe you take that shin bone a little more towards parallel at the top of your mat and you begin to bow any amount. Could you sense a softening into with your exhale breaths? A bit of surrender into what is, For just 2 more, feel your breaths fully. Okay, go ahead and rise up when you're ready. There's no rush. If you need to stay there, you stay. So coming back into your all fours position, lifting your bent right knee to the sky. And you can do this from dog pose as well, but you're just going to draw big, slow circles in the air with your right knee. Big and slow. And then go ahead and find the opposite direction. Back into your all fours. Inhale, glide your left heel straight back in space. And as you exhale, take the knee behind your left wrist, outer shin to the top of the mat. So first upright, you don't need the totally parallel shin bone there. You can have a bend in the knee, like a sharper bend in the knee. And we want to see that it's just a little bit to the left, right? So not knee at the middle of your mat, but a little to the left. Come onto your fingertips, curl your tailbone forward, and find a little hint of a back bend in your upper back here. Let your in-breath puff your heart towards the sky like a pigeon for 1 more breath. Good. And then go ahead and take the shin bone maybe just a little bit more towards parallel at the top of your mat if you want more sensation. And then come on down. What's happening on this side? Feel how there is a little bit more tension on the in-breath, like you can feel it a little bit more, the stretch. But the exhale softens, kind of like dissolves the sensation towards the ground. Check that out for 3 more. Just stay here with your breath and the felt sensations that the pose is offering you. Stay. When you're ready, you can place the hands and rise up into an all fours or a downward facing dog, lifting your left bent knee towards the sky and drawing your circles in the air with that knee. Big, slow circle. And the opposite direction. So from here, go ahead and tuck your toes underneath you, roll back through a little squat. Let's hang out here for 3 breaths, maybe lifting your hands, maybe hands to heart center, maybe fingertips to the sky. If you're feeling fancy, close the eyes for one more breath. And then maybe you use your hands to take your seat down to the earth, or maybe you don't. Right ankle over the left knee, please, figure 4, and just scoot your bum towards the front heel until you feel a stretch. Bend the elbows behind you, float the heart to the sky, tuck your skull, base of the skull, straight back in space. Remember the upper palate, the back of the roof of your mouth, take that piece straight back. Okay, and then Marichyasana, heel toe the bottom foot over towards the right, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, and then take the sole of your right foot down onto the ground. Tent your right fingertips behind you, take your left arm up to the sky, and exhale, twist on over to the right. Just 3 breaths here. Let's switch this way. Okay, pay attention. You're going to take your hands over to the left side of your mat, like 9 o'clock off to the side of your mat, and you're just going to keep walking around in a circle, walking around, walking around, walking around until you land with your left foot on the ground and your right heel tucking in towards your bum. If it didn't happen like that for you, just come to meet us here. Left fingertips behind you, right arm to the sky, inhale, exhale, twist to the left, either hugging the front knee or hooking the elbow over the knee. 3 breaths, feeling the pulse of in-breath widening across the canopy of the lungs. That's what they call it in Chinese medicine. The lungs are a canopy. Compressed underbelly when you breathe out. 1 more. Okay, come on back to center. And this ankle is going to stay right over this knee. We're just going to take the sole of the right foot down to the ground. Flex the foot back, lean back to bent elbows, and puff your heart towards the sky. If you're not feeling a stretch here, then just take your bum a little bit closer towards your front heel. 2 breaths. And so if you are level 1, go ahead and release. You can hug the knees into the chest and take a Shavasana, closing Instagram, setting a timer for 5 or 10 minutes, and really just letting yourself have that, okay? Those of us who are coming along for the level 2 ride, scoot your figure 4 up, flex the toes, and see if you can line up your heel right between your sits bones on the perineum. Not maybe the most comfortable seat that you'll have, but and then just see, flex the toes, see if you can begin to take one hand or maybe both hands off of the ground at a time. Look at one spot and just be okay if you're not perfect, if you're wobbling for 2. And 1. Okay, go ahead and release that. Let's do Elvis legs, just heels as wide as your mat. Windshield wiper legs are also called. Coming back to center. I just did a chair yoga class that I'm going to put on YouTube for our elders, and I called this Elvis legs. I think they'll appreciate that. Okay, let's do the other side. So that would be right ankle over the left knee, flex the foot, come on forward. And nestle your heel right there into your comfy, cozy perineum seat. Grow tall through the top of the head, and first just get a breath. If you're still, if you have your butt on the ground, that's fine. You can do that. Otherwise, you just play with lifting your hands. Breathing. One more breath. Okay, releasing that. Again, heels draw wide and windshield wipe your legs from side to side. All right, from here, let's come up into a Malasana squat. Taking your upper arms to the inner knees. And then we're going to play a little bit with crow pose here. So you don't have to come into crow pose. It totally does not matter. But just play, right? Upper arms to the inner knees really squeezing in. And then lift your butt more to like the height of your shoulders. Get wide as you can get through your fingertips. That makes your base a little bit wider. And then take your belly button right over the midpoint of your thumbs. And then core. The muscles of the core help to lift the legs away from the ground. Okay, so maybe you lift one foot, maybe you lift the other foot. And maybe you're just playing with that. And some of us take the crown of the head down onto the ground. Everybody from here, if your head's down, lift your shoulder blades a lot. And then play with maybe, knees coming in towards the chest. And maybe from here you move into a Shirshasana, headstand. If you're just playing with crow, coming in and out of crow, then you just do that. And then some of us will come back through knees to chest, resting the knees on the upper arms and rolling towards like where the forehead meets the hairline, and see if you can lift the belly in and up and come back into your crow pose. Super fun. Okay, from there you can hop back into a chaturanga, maybe. Upward facing dog. Single breath here, strong legs. And exhaling, downward facing dog. One cleansing breath here. In through the nose. That wasn't a cleansing breath. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Okay, end of the exhale. Look to the hands, separate hop the feet to the top of the mat. Inhaling, heart forward, flat back, big toes touching. Exhale, forward fold. Utkatasana, sink into the knees and reach the fingertips to the sky. Joining the palms, you can make a steeple mudra with the fingertips to the sky. Okay, inhale here. We're going to take our steeple and slice it over to the right. Arms stay long. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Okay to straighten through the knees. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Working the obliques. Inhale, center. Slower. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. We're staying here. It's neat. It's fun for 2. Sink lower. One more breath. You can do it. And exhale, forward fold. All the way down you go. Inhaling, halfway lift. Hold the breath. Place the hands. Step back into your plank pose. And exhale, lower down just halfway. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left heel up and back behind you. And exhale, place the heels to the inside of the left thumb. Okay to drop the back knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Make your steeple mudra once again. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhaling, center. Exhale and twist. Inhaling center. Exhale and twist. Snuggle the upper arm bone across. Take your hands into a prayer. Hug the belly in and up, and remember it's okay to drop your back knee down. Right fingertips can come down towards the ground. Maybe the left fingertips up towards the sky. Breathing. For one more breath. Can you see the back of my tank top? Rise up, coming into your, what is this, Virabhadrasana 2. I got this tank top in India in 2006 for 19 cents. Hinging forward, left forearm to the thigh, top arm to the sky. It came as like a regular tank top, but then I got stuck in a monsoon. Kind of like this, just could not leave the house and didn't know for how long, except it was only like 12 hours or a day or something like that. Maybe your left hand comes down to the ground and your top arm comes behind you. So you just find ways to entertain yourself, right? How do you want to be in this moment with lots and lots of things out of your control? Maybe you come into a full bind, and if that's you, then you're lifting the chest. Can you make the best of this posture? For just one more. Good. Cartwheel the hands down onto either side of the front foot. I think some of you might be playing with chin stand, and if you do, then you can, but you don't have to. You know, elbows come in nice and tight towards the belly button, chin towards the ground, and you just play with lifting one leg, and then maybe the other leg just for a second. And then you make your way back into Chaturanga, Urdhva Mukha. Pause for a breath, widen the hands. Exhaling, Adho Mukha, downward facing. Cleansing breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, gliding your right heel up and back behind you. And exhale, placing the heel to the inside of the right thumb. Remember, okay to drop the back knee down. Inhale as you rise up. Making your steeple mudra with your opposite thumb on top. Again, just to retrain unconscious habits. Inhale here. Exhale, slice to the right. Arms are going to stay nice and long. Inhaling back through center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Again, inhaling. Exhale and twist. I think we did 5 of these. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then one more. So get a little bit more of the upper arm across the knee, and then take your prayer. Okay to drop the back knee down. Everyone, use a pronounced exhale breath to hug the belly in and up and to roll the right shoulder open. Maybe your left hand comes down towards the earth. Maybe your right arm up towards the sky. It's good to hold poses for an uncomfortably long period of time. Kind of what's happening right now. Literally and figuratively for one more breath. Good. Looking down towards the ground, place the hands. Spin the back heel down and prepare for Virabhadrasana 2, heel to arch alignment. Rise up facing the long edge of your mat. Sinking deeply into the right knee. Growing bright through the top of your 1,000-petaled lotus. Inhaling. And exhale, hinge forward, right forearm onto the thigh. Look back and see that your left toes are still angled in just a tiny, tiny smidge. Left fingertips draw up to the sky. Unshrug your shoulders as best you can. And then maybe for some of us, the right fingertips come down to the inside of the front foot. Maybe the top arm comes behind into a half bind. And maybe some of us reach back with the right hand to grab onto the left hand or wrist. Strong back leg. Lift your torso away from the front thigh. Yep, we're still here. Good, you guys. Looking down towards the ground, place the hands onto either side of the front foot and make your way back through a vinyasa. Slow, neat, mindful vinyasa. Good, and gazing forward, see if you can hop your feet all the way through your hands. And if not, then however you want to get there is fine. We're going to finish with some crunches. So lie down on your back. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. And your right forearm over your left one. Inhale. Exhale, crunch it up. Inhale. Exhale. 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 Cross your right ankle over your left one, and then take your left forearm on top of the right one. So you change the cross. 10 more. Inhale. Exhale. Calm face. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just do your best. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Use your breath. 2 more. Okay, inhale and just lie down. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose and open mouth, exhale. You might feel your heart beating. You feel the rhythm of your breath moving through you. Starts to soften and slow down. Tongue soft inside your mouth. And just for a little moment in your day, there's nothing that you have to do or think or plan or organize. Just give yourself this little moment, this very valuable moment to be, to breathe, and to receive the benefits of your practice. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy, even for just this little moment. The divine in me honors and salutes the divine in you and in all things. Namaste. Much love.